Welcome to 2 plus 0 dash cooking, and we are making homemade onion rings today. If you've never made golden brown onion rings at home before, then stick around. Hello, my name is Beef, and if this is your first time here, thank you for stopping by. I make small, tasty recipes for me and my plus one out of our tiny apartment kitchen. Our recipes are small, easy on the budget, and easily scalable for more servings. So let's make some onion rings. Welcome back, everybody. And we are making onion rings tonight. Let's see what we have going here. We have a white onion. What we're going to go ahead and do is start peeling this bad boy up. I'm cutting these probably about a little under a ½ inch. This is the scary part. Okay. And if you put your finger right on that balance point, it gives you a lot more control. So yeah, that little onion was cut in 4 pieces here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, the outer part's not really good. You want like the second layer. Somebody says, my onion ring isn't in a ring. You just tell them, this is the balance point on my chopping knife. What we want to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and put these onions in a bowl. Yeah, those are all good. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to salt them. It's probably like a tablespoon or something like that. And what that's going to do is it's going to actually sweat them. I cut this about a week ago. Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to toss that in there. What the hell? Hey, it's my show. I can do whatever I want. I'm going to toss. I can feel it. There's a lot of moisture coming off of these onions and the carrot. Yeah. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to let this sweat for probably another 2 to 3 minutes at the most. And then I'm going to go ahead and rinse it with cold water. Well, it's been like 2-3 minutes. I went ahead and rinsed the onions and the carrots under cold water for, 3-4 times just to get all the salt out. And I'm going to need to keep this stuff cold, so I'm just going to put a couple of ice cubes in here. Yeah, she's going to be mad that I'm using all her ice. Yeah, no more. We won't have any Bloody Marys in the morning. Yeah, she likes to call those Bloody Marys smoothies. Okay, we'll go with that. We're having a smoothie this morning. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and turn it up to about a little over 1/4 way on our electric stove. If you've never been here before, this stove is old. I clean it a lot, so after a while, when I'm cleaning it, I'm actually rubbing the paint off of it. I cleaned it as best as I could, and then tinfoiled everything up. It makes it so much easier. Even if you have a backsplash and stuff like that, and you're dealing with some really heavy-duty frying, it's a good idea to lay tinfoil out or cardboard. My uncle uses cardboard. It helps you clean up later, and that's a big deal, and it also gets rid of a lot of the smell. So what we're going to do is, while this is warming up, we're going to go back to the counter and get the batter going for the onion rings. And what we need is flour, cornstarch, and some baking powder. Even though you have self-rising flour, I like to add a little baking powder, because sometimes they'll sell you self-rising flour that's supposed to have baking powder in it, and it won't. It'll just be plain flour. and what you're trying to cook will not rise. So I like to always add a little baking powder. It doesn't hurt. The cornstarch is going to add a little extra crispiness to the crust. And so we're going to go ahead and put this together. So we're going to mix just enough of these dry ingredients together to what we think we're going to need for that one white onion. And then we're going to set some of that dry ingredients to the side so we can coat these onions and carrots. And then the remainder will be left for our batter. So let's do that. Grab a spoon. And I'm thinking of heaping, okay? So one, that was pretty heaping. See, look at that. That's two. So it's being tablespoons. And it doesn't matter if you're using tablespoons or teaspoons, as long as your ratios are the same. I'm going to add another heaping teaspoon or tablespoon of cornstarch. We're going to put, that's probably about a level tablespoon. We'll put that in there. Baking powder. Now this may seem a lot for one onion, but what you can do is if you make this dish, now I need to bread these onions and carrots, and it doesn't seem like a lot, so I'm going to take like one, maybe two helping, two large, spoons of this. Put it in this bag, and I'm going to use that to dust those off. My beer that I opened up at the beginning of this video, I was supposed to crack it open right at this part, but oh, what the hell, things happen. So we're just going to go ahead and pour just a little bit. That was probably like a not even a quarter of a cup. Probably, yeah, maybe it was a quarter of a cup. I'm going to go ahead and mix that in. A lot of people pour too much moisture into their batter, and then all of a sudden they find out after mixing it, it's way too wet, and then they have to add more flour, and all of a sudden you start making for one onion ring, and by the time you're done, you've got enough batter to make 5 onions. So go little at a time. That was like a teaspoon or a tablespoon, almost a tablespoon. The ingredient is 1 egg. Well, based on what I'm doing here, I probably only need half of this egg. So there we go. We're right there. It's all drippy. Based on this amount, I'm just going to pour probably 1 tablespoon in there. Stir it around. What I'm going to do with the rest of this egg, I'm going to put clear wrap on it, and I'm going to save that for scrambled eggs in the morning. I find it funny that a lot of recipes out there in terms of ratio is all based around the egg. I mean, you need 1 egg. If you have 1 egg, you need this much flour, you need this much cornstarch. And I'm going, good God. This is just for me, my +1. I'm not trying to make this for like 6, 7 people. Flour, cornstarch, baking powder mixture. We're going to go ahead and grab these onion rings, toss them in there. Now this, and the thing that I'm going to tell you is that even if I give you the exact measurement down to the gram, if I give you the exact measurement of water down to the exact gram of every ingredient, your dish is not going to come out right. And the reason being it's not going to come out right is because when you're cooking, it's not an exact science. It's always changing. So what I did was that this batter came out too thick, and off camera I added 2 tablespoons of water because it was pretty thick. It thinned up. And then see these really small pieces like this? I went and dipped it into the batter, and then I cooked it. And then after I cooked it, I tasted it and I go, this is a little too thick. The crust is a little too thick. It's not working. So I came back, add another tablespoon of water, stirred it around. I think it was a tablespoon, maybe 2. Grabbed another small piece and did the same thing. But what I want to impress on you is that this dish, you can't just take the recipe, toss all your onion rings in a bowl and throw them in a fryer and expect them to come out perfect. They're not. I'll let you know that right now. It's going to change, because what's going to happen is as you add these floured onions to it, the batter is going to change as you cook it. So what you're going to have to do is, with each batch of onion rings that you make, you're going to have to taste it and see if the batter is starting to get too thick, because on your next batch it's definitely going to be too thick. So it's not a hard and fast rule like they say you see on these other shows. Oh, take 1 cup of flour and take so much water. It's not like that. They're telling you what they're doing, but it's little things like this that's going to make the difference. The oil is up to 365. Probably turn it down just a little bit to like 1/4. And I could already see from the onion rings that I put in that it's going to thicken up the batter. They're crisping up really good. But I can tell from the bubbling, since the bubbling's really dropped down, there's a little bit bubbling going there. Like this one's done. Even though it hasn't turned a dark color, it's pretty much done. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. I can actually look down into that crust about 1 inch, down to where it starts to curl, and that onion has a lot of playroom in it. And because the way we salted it and everything, the onion won't pull out in one piece. It would rather break off than pull out in one piece. Pot here, salt it up. Oh yeah. Now, we're going to go ahead and plate, but before we do that, I need to get this oil squared away. So we got another strainer. These strainers are great. You need more than one, as we just found out. Just pour the hot oil through. Slowly. Look at these onion rings that we just made. They are beautiful and glorious. And then we added some carrots to it. Look at those carrots. These carrots are, oh, really good. A whole onion's a lot. A lot of times when I make this dish, I'll probably make like a half an onion. Be patient, do it a couple of times, and you'll figure it out. I believe in you, you'll figure it out. But the first step is starting small. Adios, dudes. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching this video on making homemade onion rings. If you like this video, then please like us. There are also links on the screen for other 2+0 cooking recipes. Remember to subscribe and you'll be notified of new videos every week. As always, I have a summary of this recipe below in the description. And also please visit our website, 2+0-cooking.com. If you have any comments or ideas, then please post them below. We love hearing from our viewers and answering their questions. We also invite our viewers to share their ideas or recipes with each other in the comments section. Thank you for watching, looking forward to hearing from you, and see you soon. Beef out. As always, just because I'm not pressing record doesn't mean I'm not cooking. The following is a dish I made while I was editing this video. Enjoy.